Welcome back, everybody. I needed a bit more time to prepare tonight mentally because tonight is a little special because I am revisiting a game from my past. This is where it all began, quote unquote, where I started to have this drive of trying to be an entertainer on the internet, even though I have my limitations with my personality and my charisma. But one of the things that I am good at is leadership when it comes to games. As long as it's a genre that I don't mind, it's something I can learn, and I definitely put in the strength and confidence when it comes to leadership, and that's what I was able to display on my Planetside 2 days. I was strong at it between, let's say, 2020 to 2022, roughly around there, because I couldn't exactly play too many other games at the time because the previous computer I had was not strong enough to do all these programs and play certain games, even if I lowered the settings. I mean, it is possible, but it's kind of stretching it at this point. So I'm going back into my past, which is Planetside 2, just to give the game another look. Now, I'm gonna be completely straight here. This Sunder update that they teased and talked about in the patch notes or dev update letters for the last few months. People say it's broken, it's buffed up, and some people are not liking the balance changes there. I don't know if any of the patches or patches that's going to be coming up is going to make any difference to that. Hard to say. But I can probably be the judge of that if I spend enough time on that tonight. If you've played enough games at this point in your life and you have other games that you're very fortunate to play, you can start to build a frame of reference, if you will, and you can find out if you like the game or not. You don't have to go into a long essay like some YouTube videos do. You just have to play the game for at least an hour or two, maybe three, something along those lines, and you can find out if you like the game. And you don't need to justify it in a long video, because let's be honest, not all of us have the time to watch an hour-long review or an essay video. I mean, if you're in the mood for that, sure, but sometimes it's best to be straightforward with it. I mean, it's a cliche thing to say at this point, but you get the idea. But Planetside 2 has its own flaws. I mean, any game has its share of flaws, but are you willing to tolerate it or cope with it? Planetside 2 definitely is not exactly in its best state, even if you choose the server that is the most populated in North America. But the game does have its decent moments. It's not something you would do all the time because it can get repetitive quickly, as I found out. But if you enjoyed the game and you get people to meet there, it can be a very interesting experience. It's arcade action, and that's about the size of it, really. At least you don't have to worry about, dying too much in the game. You just enjoy it, and that's all you can really do about that. Another side note here, Battlefield 1. I know there was a Discord poll saying we should do Battlefield 5 instead, but I tried Battlefield 5, and even if it takes place in a different setting, something about the gameplay is just not interesting at all. It just doesn't keep me engaged at all. So I'm going to revisit Battlefield 1 again. I remember DirectX 12 is more optimized in that game, but even performance aside, is it fun? We'll see. Anyway, Planetside 2 is our main focus right now. Sorry to keep y'all waiting. I needed more mental time for myself just to get prepared. So I'm going to launch this right now. And I know this is not a game that many people I know play this game as much anymore, but I am paying my respects to it, if you will. All right, let's do this. I'm going to switch my face cam to maybe put it on the bottom right. It should be fine. So we are back with Planetside 2. I'm going to launch the game here in a moment. And it should we should hopefully have some decent games. Maybe. I don't expect to win the alert, if there is one going on. But will we have some fun gunplay? Or at least some fun chatter with random people? Even if there were no miking. I'd be very lucky if I even get one person at all in my squad or platoon. Because it definitely requires a lot of time here. But anyway, yeah, this under rework definitely needs some balancing. But I don't know if the next patches are going to do anything about that. I don't know. It's hard to say. But anyway, also we have that sub goal on the bottom. Still going for Cuphead here if you're interested. So just a quick heads up on that. I'll try to get back to Rainbow Six Siege as soon as possible as well. I have narrowed down my list of overwhelming games when it comes to first-person shooters or third-person shooters. And I know there's Doom as well, but I don't think of that game as a huge priority that I want to play on a regular basis. So, anyway, we're gonna do this, and hopefully we'll get some decent people here. As you can tell, the US server population is not exactly balanced, so you just have to work with it. I don't know if you'll get any alerts at all, because you need to have decent amount of people from all three sides just to even make it a decent fight. Alright, so yeah, I used to play this game quite a bit. I got like over 200 members on it, surprisingly. But unfortunately, things are not the same like they used to be. This game has not exactly grown significantly in the last 3 years. I mean, it did get people, but it did not. But most people did not stay around. Which continent are gonna go? Okay, so it's Amerish is the quote-unquote main continent. So I don't know if we're gonna get anybody to join in, but hopefully I can provide some support. By the way, you know what's interesting? There's no notification or anything that goes up when you join in. If there's a controller going, I'm surprised that doesn't make any sound as much anymore. I don't know if we're gonna get anybody. I know there are some people. There's not many squads anymore like they used to be. I think it dried up. I'm not really surprised, but we're gonna see if we can get a squad going at all and some random person joining in. But if anybody wants to help, this is your chance. Yeah, it does. Unfortunately, this game can burn you out a lot easier than some other games. If I'm gonna be honest here. I don't know if Descended player remembers me, but definitely something that somebody will remember. I don't know if this player is going to join up, but I'm going to load up the template that I used to do in this game. I think it's in my... I have it in my Discord server here. I usually copy and paste it because there's no chance you're gonna remember that, especially if you don't play this regularly like you used to. So yeah, here we go. I finally got my squad set up here. The problem is this auto recruit button doesn't work anymore like they used to. Most regulars in this game will turn off a setting. They'll auto join a squad or something that's open. So unfortunately, I don't think I'm gonna get anybody that's gonna play this game as much as you used to. So I have moved on to other games. So you know what? I remember when Battlebit Remastered first finally came out. It was fun at first, and unfortunately, the interest in that game slowly started to die out after months went by. The subsequent updates to that game did not get any better. And that game is basically a shell of its former self. It probably made the devs a good amount of money, but eventually that cash is gonna dry up. Oh, hi, Shadow. So yeah, Shadow, welcome back. I am paying my respects to this game again, Shadow. So even on my 3080 Ti, Shadow, if you turn your graphics to high and keep the shadows off, the GPU does surprisingly work hard in certain areas, especially in social. But right now, my computer is running decently. I did reduce some settings from ultra to high, but yeah. Yeah, I did reduce some settings here, Shadow. Never play this game with shadows on because the shadows in this game are not optimized at all. Yeah, I have shadow completely turned off, so that's why everything looks bright. So, but I have everything on high. I used to have graphics quality on ultra, but I don't want to increase my VRAM as much, especially if you go into a huge fight. So I keep everything on high, and it looks fine as well. This game did try to do upscaling as well, but it doesn't look that great, honestly. I tried it; it's not that great. It does improve it does make the game run more optimized, but it's not enough. And Gunner is here. Okay, good. We can do this. I remember Gunner. There we go. I'm gonna turn off I'm gonna turn off AMD. It's not good. I invited Gunner to this squad here. You know what's funny? I have my knife here now. I changed my key bindings to C. So, I don't know if Gunner wants to join up a squad, but he can be no-miking if he wants to. So yeah, turning down the graphic settings a little bit did help. So yeah, I don't know if Gunner wants to join up here, because I did send an invite to him, but hopefully we can get some games here. So I'm not sure if you're interested to play this game again, Shadow. I am paying my respects to this game. So there is... So when it comes... I'm already playing this game past prime time. So hopefully there'll be some decent battles that we can do. Probably a Rex's Firearms Core in the middle. I don't know if that battle's gonna go anywhere, but that's probably the biggest fight we can do at the moment. Yeah, I've already invited Gunner here. I'm not sure if he wants to join us. I know him from our server, but I could just spawn up a Sunderer here. So I still gotta upgrade the Sunderer here. They definitely could improve on the Sunderer here a bit. Oh, did I spawn the correct Sunderer? Did I spawn the correct one? Oh no, did I mess it up? I think I messed it up. You know when your mouse accidentally double clicks on something? Yeah. Oh, hi, Awesome, welcome back. So I'm paying my respects to Planetside 2 here, Awesome. I'm not sure if this game is for you, but you are welcome to join in for the casual fun if you want. You can be a gunner or something. Even if your gunner skills are not good, you can still play a support role in this game if you want. So yeah, that's what basically I'm doing right now, Awesome. This game is like 18 gigabytes. So I don't know if you have this game already downloaded to your computer, but this is something that is free and you don't need to worry about grinding at all. It is very, very casual. So yeah, point defense, I don't have that much upgraded yet, but let me spawn that now. There you go. This is the one I wanted. It looks kind of similar to that, but I wanted to make sure. I wanted to get the setup that I wanted. So it turns out some people are saying that the Sunder update is broken or overpowered or it's really buffy now. It's buffed up, yes. Broken, I'm not really sure. I have not played this game enough to know. I haven't played this game enough recently to know that. But yeah, Shadow, it's good to see you again. I don't know if you are playing this game anymore, Shadow. I'm not very good at remembering names, so forgive me if I don't remember you. And by the way, I noticed you have that Prime logo there. So if you wish to use that Prime again, I do have lots of emotes that you can use as a tier 1 reward. There's some good ones there if you wish to support the show that way. Or somebody can do a gifted sub or something if they want to do that too. There are some interesting emotes as a reward if you wish to support the show that way. Oh, okay. Okay, so yeah, Awesome. You can't. So I don't know if you remember how the UI in this game works, Awesome, but nothing much has really changed. So this is something that you can join with me if you want, Awesome. Like I said, I'm paying my respects to this game, and you should be able to play this game easily. Yeah, as long as you don't have any settings on Ultra and you have shadows completely off, you should be fine. Yeah, they did change the Sunders completely. They have completely different modules and setups now, so I'm just gonna try to see if you can get some decent fun in this game. I know you can do base building in this game, I still remember that. They did try to enhance it a little bit, but it's this game is in a bit of a rock and hard place now. And I know, oh, look at this. Almost every vehicle in the battlefield is a freaking Sunderer now. Every freaking, there's like Sunderers everywhere now. We got a freaking row of Sunderers now. Wonderful. This is so freaking broken. Wow. Everything is broken. Look at this lineup of Sunderers here. Jesus. I have no clue if I have any Ultra Strikes to counter that. Nope, I don't have any. Do we have anything to buy? We could buy one. We could buy one, but that's gonna take 15 minutes. And by the time we need it, it's already done. Shadow! That's a new name here. Shadow Eclipse. I don't know if that's the same Shadow from earlier, Shadow 248, but welcome aboard to this little show of ours here. So, I'm paying my respects to Planetside 2 again, as you can see here. The Sunder update, it's definitely either broken or overpowered now. You be the judge. I haven't played this game long enough to know that. I have to, yeah, it is a fun game at times, Shadow, I have to be honest with you. I played this game back in 2020, 21, and 2022, a lot more. I do have some leadership videos, Shadow, from that time period on my YouTube channel if you want to check it out, Shadow. I even led a full platoon of 4 squads doing armor stuff. It was really fun. But, unfortunately, I got burnt out from this game because the gameplay in this game gets repetitive. And there's nothing wrong with the game being repetitive, but in this game, I played this game for like over 1,000 hours, and I basically experienced everything the game has to offer. I know you can do little variations and lol stuff you can do every once in a while, but unfortunately, it did not help too much. But it's a fun game after all these years. There's still no Planetside 2 game out there that really has taken the mantle. This game is still unique after all this time. Unfortunately, this game is still deeply flawed after all this time, so I do like the fact that the maps in this game are huge. I wish there was more variations with the interior so that when you fight in certain areas, it can be a lot more exciting. But the game is still fun for what it is. I wish there was a lot more, though. Yeah, the Sunders are kind of broken in a way. I have to agree with some people here, because look how many Sunders are lined up and they're not easy to be killed. I mean, say what you want about the Sunders in this game before the Sunder rework update, but at least you had a good variation of vehicles in the battlefield. You got your main battle tanks, you got your harassers, your ants, you get it. But yeah, Shadow, I have unfortunately moved on to other games. Just to keep myself fresh so I don't burn out. But I still pay my respects to this game every once in a while, as you can see right now. I don't know if Planetside 3 is gonna come in anytime soon, because this game first has to be successful. This game has to pick up significantly on money, or if a publisher out there is willing to take a risk and create a sequel to this game. There's a new dev team that took over for this game to add more content to the game, but I don't know if that's gonna help things in the game too much. Because this game really must be quote-unquote decent before another update comes in. So I just deployed another repair station, and this thing is not dying. Oh boy. I just deployed a repair station and I'm not dying. I'm bare. Okay, I'm finally dying. Okay, I finally died, but Jesus, look how much firepower it takes just to kill a freaking Sunder now. It probably will get a balance or something, but look how easy it is for Sunders to survive now. You can just have a column of these things. I mean, at least in the older updates, you couldn't do this. I have no clue how overpowered the 99 armor is, especially when you upgrade it to its maximum level. Oh, and this thing is still in the game. Loading ammo mags. But yeah, I basically started up a squad right now, if anybody wants to join up. Yeah, I used to have more people in this game all those years ago, but yeah, it kind of fizzled. Things kind of fizzled out after a while. I do remember a couple of times I played this game, and there was this one player in particular. I kind of forgot their name, but they offered me to do some harasser runs. It was really nice. So nothing much has changed in the graphics department for those that have seen me play this game before. The graphics, or or textures have been reduced from ultra to high, just to save a little bit of VRAM on my part when I got OBS running. So that's just basically what the game looks like right now. It doesn't really look too much different, but I'm definitely keeping the shadows turned off. It does help save a lot on FPS, which you do need in this game. The fire rate that you do with your weapons, if you're either in an aircraft, armor, or on foot, it's severely affected by your frame rate. I mean, it's the same thing could be said about other games, but in this game, it's a lot more significant. But yeah, but to be perfectly honest, I'm not sure if you like this game. I used to like this game quite a bit more when I didn't know much about it. But as time went on, it got repetitive. And I basically seen almost everything this game has to offer. I mean, sure, you can meet nice people in this game. There can be, but the gameplay loop got to the point where I basically got to experience just everything that I had to see. Compare this to, say, a completely different game like Final Fantasy XIV Online, which I still play. Granted that there is a grind to that game, but at least the game offers you enough of different things just to play the game, at the very least. So there's many different ways you can level up. Well, there's a few in particular that are the best, quote unquote, but at least there's many things to do in the game so they can occupy your time, if you will. But in this game, even though it's a completely different setting, there's really not too many other things you can do. I know there are dailies or missions that the game tries to give an incentive for people to do, but it's really not much to go on. Maybe if these rewards were higher, maybe people would be doing these a lot more often. Maybe. Yeah, if these rewards were like maybe 2 or 3 times higher, maybe people would do that more often. I don't know. Because right now it doesn't feel like it's not really a huge incentive. And this game definitely is to be better to be experienced when you play with other people just messing around. But yeah, it's I describe this game similar to APB Reloaded. It's still unique after all these years, but the potential has never been realized fully. I know this game, even the previous devs, I'm pretty sure there were more resources than APB Reloaded, but it doesn't change the fact that this game had missed potential. A shame, because even back in 2020, 2021, when I was still fresh into this game, I thought maybe the devs can add something to the game that will definitely bring more people in, and hopefully they'll stay. Unfortunately, that didn't happen. More people came in, but unfortunately, most of them did not stay. This game doesn't exactly have any end game to it. It is very, very straightforward, quote unquote. I know they tried to do the competitive scene in this game called Outfit Wars, but the people that made this game we're not entirely sure what to do when it comes to making this game competitive. I still remember when Outfit Wars first came into this game, it wasn't very good. It was very grindy, and it actually caused some people to have bad burnouts from this game. The amount of effort you had to do just to even have a chance of a quote-unquote championship match, if you will, in this game was not exactly the greatest. I know Outfit Wars with the different variations did get a little bit better later, but it did not exactly help on the growth of this game. It did not bring people to be interested to play this game more, and unfortunately the player base in this game has stagnated even more. I have no clue what the actual numbers of the PC... You know, I've been thinking about the PC part of this game. What you're seeing right now is the PC version of the game. There's also a PlayStation 4 version of this game, but nobody really talks about that version of the game as much, because that version of the game hasn't had any updates in 2 years? 2 years? Something like that? 2 years. Now, why the PlayStation 4 version of this game hasn't had any updates, it's anyone's guess. But I think it's like a contractual obligation or something that the people that are running this game have no choice but to keep it up and running. Yeah, I have to take a guess that that they have to keep the PlayStation 4 version's game going no matter what. Even if they end all development of even if they had to end all development of even if they had to end all development of PlayStation 4 completely, because it feels like at this point, I'd be very surprised if there is even an update to that for the game anymore. I doubt it. But it's just basically the PC version at this point that's kind of keeping this game going, where most of the player base is at. I never played the PlayStation version of this game. All I know is that it is more clunky, and that's... I've heard that there's clunky controls in that game. I never actually played it. And no, I don't have to buy viewers. No. How about getting viewers for free? How about that? You know, you don't need services of somebody else just to get just to get viewers. How about earn them for free? It's very easy. It is very easy to praise a game for its graphics, because a lot of games, not all, but a lot of games nowadays, it's very easy to praise a game for having good graphics. Even though this game is over 11 years old, the graphics in this game still look pretty nice, especially under certain conditions like this, during a sunrise or a sunset. But, like I said many times by now, a game cannot just look good, it has to play good too, which some people completely neglect. Take a look at that new MMO Once Human, for example. The game looks nice, but there's a reset and some various issues that are starting to pop up after first release. I think that game is just going to be another forgettable one that has come out this year. So I'm getting very picky myself on what games I do spend on my free time. You come home from work or whatever. You come home, you try to have a fun time with the game with your friends, friendlies, or some people you care about. How do you know if this game is going to entertain you or not? How much time you got to spend before you feel any fun? I'm going off with another long speech, forgive me, but after spending 1,800 hours in Planetside 2, yes, that's how much time I spent on this game, it has become more difficult to enjoy this game over time. I guess you could say some people outgrow the game after a while, and I mean, you don't have to be good at the shooting aspect of this game just to have fun. That's what I'm trying to say. You don't have to be good at the shooting aspect of this game. You can just be in a supporting role, and that also is enough. And I haven't played this game for like 10 minutes, and I'm already noticing a big change because of the Sunder update. I mean, granted, there were Sunder problems like this in the previous version of the game, but at least they were easy to be destroyed if you didn't have Sunders piled up in proximity repair. Now it's a lot more frequent to see these things, especially with repair stations. Magandang gabi. If I remember correctly, that's Filipino, is it? I'm terrible. But it's good to see you again, Siege. I don't know if you played this game with me in the past, Siege, but it's good to see a previous viewer here come back. Yeah, so yeah, this Sunder update, some people are saying it's broken, and some people are saying it's really buffed up. And I definitely can see that there needs to be a big balance update that needs to be done. Because look how many Sunders can pile up like this, and how easy it is for them to survive, especially have this fully upgraded. Yeah, forgive me if I don't remember your name, Siege. I don't remember every single name that I have played in this game. I mean, if I look at some of the people's names here on screen, I might remember them, but I will not necessarily remember every single one. I do know that I have played this game a lot more. Invisible wall. No, that was the Sunder. But back in my peak, back in 2020, 21, and 2022 Siege, I used to lead Squadron Platoon quite often because I didn't have many other games to play with my previous computer at the time. And I was confident even got a full platoon over 4 squads going too. And most of the time, people stay, which I was very, very happy about. Ooh, here is a classic Planetside 2 moment for you. If there's one thing that this game did right, was orbital strikes. These never hit. I don't know if any of you out there want to play this game with me just so we can get a squad going and hopefully get some random players going here, but let me know if you're interested. I do like the fact that they did change the squads in this game so that you can't just have a random ghost squad going and there's nobody there. I wish it was easier to get people to join up a squad with me, but yeah, I could do in Yell chat, but I don't know if anybody's going to be genuinely interested because I don't play this game as much anymore. There's nothing wrong with this game when it comes to the core, but it does get repetitive. I imagine usually you don't play this game as much either anymore. I have moved on to other games, as you can probably tell if you have been watching any of the games that we've been recently. Shame, because I honestly thought that this game would slowly get better as a free-to-play game, but it has been more or less the same with some of them. And I don't see myself doing the competitive aspect of this game anytime soon. Yeah, that's the problem, see. Ooh, here we go. Another classic orbital strike here. This never gets old. Never gets old. Did you know that this game has a PlayStation 4 version, Siege? It still does, but that version of the game hasn't been updated in 2 years. Only the PC version has gotten any updates at all. Like I was saying about 5 minutes ago, I think the PlayStation 4 of this game is only running because of contract obligation. That is just my guess. I mean, you have that version of the game going with the usual shutdowns, and you still don't have any updates on it. I can only imagine what the European servers and the Asian server are doing right now. I could check the numbers, but I am not really that interested because I'm just really busy with my personal life, and alongside trying to entertain you guys, what I like right here. I was never good at this game when it comes to gunplay, but when I first started playing this game back in 2020, the main thing I did most of the time was doing leadership stuff. So I didn't really do a lot of shooting, but people did appreciate on how good I was at leading. Trying to do our best to win the alert, you know, the usual stuff. Ever since I finally got into Rainbow Six Siege about 6 months ago, roughly around that time, something like that. But ever since I got exposed to Rainbow Six Siege, I've been playing that game a whole lot more, both casually and competitively. That game also has its own fair share of flaws. You get the idea. But it can be a decent game, especially if you get decent teammates to play, and it's 5 versus 5. It's at the very least easier to learn, so it's not too difficult. I mean, it's still difficult to get to learn the map, but the point I'm trying to make is that at least you can be a supporting role in that game and try to give intel to your teammates. Here in this game, you can sort of do that. Although, like I was saying before, the interiors in this game and the environments in this game do get repetitive. For example, Siege, we're playing Amherst right now, but look at these buildings. They're the same textures, the same layouts over and over and over again. And if you go to Indar, it's the same thing. I think the main difference you probably will notice when switching continents is the terrain and the skyblocks. That's about it. Yeah, you do get different trees in Amherst, you do get different looking rocks, you do get different types of terrain, and the colors are basically. I think it's fair to say that only the colors of the continent are the only thing that makes the continents look different. I think the only continent that really stands out a lot more than the rest in this game is Oshur, but that continent is deeply flawed. I thought Oshur would get my interest after years of delays, but as soon as people realized what kind of a continent that was, people were not eager to play on that map anymore. And then the devs for this game do realize that there are problems in Oshur, but it's not something that can be fixed right away. I mean, can you really blame them? trying to fix map design is something that's not easy to do. And plus, the dev team that's working this game right now did not create Osher in the first place. So it's not exactly the best shape that this game is in with after all these years. After all these years and all these updates, it's not doing exactly well. I wish it was doing a lot better, but it's not. Remember that BattleBit remastered game Siege? When this game still had lots of players about a year or two ago, I did check out BattleBit remastered, played it myself. But unfortunately, that game sort of suffered the same thing like this game did. It seems fun to play at first. Lots of people show up for it, but then the game stops becoming fun for one reason or another. You don't have to watch any gameplay videos or reviews of a game to find out why the game is not fun or not. You just play the game for yourself and you can tell. Like I was saying earlier, once you play the game enough times, or you play enough games in your lifetime, you basically start to get a frame of reference to what you like and what you don't like in the game. You don't need to have everyone agree with your opinion, but you can tell if you like a game or not. And the point of games is to entertain us, while also try to make money somehow. Yeah, as a free-to-play game, I can see why it's a bit repetitive with these interiors. I think it's like a deliberate choice, but it needs to have a little bit of variation. I mean, say what you want about Warframe. We used to play that game a lot back in the day. Well, at least the game has variety of locations you can go to at the very least. This game does get repetitive. A lot more, actually. I mean, look at these interiors. You see this in Amherst. You see this on Indor. You see this in Ezimir. You also see this in Oshur. There's not much variation. I mean, I don't expect every base to be completely different, with completely different textures and completely different building models. Well, at least have some variety. So something in the game needs to be fresh for people to keep coming back. And I'm not surprised, Siege, if you're still watching. The game slowly grinded down on your fun. It did the same thing for me as well. Part of the reason that kept me playing was doing leadership in this game. I didn't really focus on the shooting aspect of this game that much, so I don't have a very strong opinion. But that's what helped me keep going. And when it comes to the gunplay in this game, it's very clunky and kind of sluggish. I think that's a fair thing to say, but I'm not really sure. If you play other games that have come out since Planetside 2 came out, like Rainbow Six Siege or any other game that has come out since, at the very least they're more polished, if you will. For example, one little detail here. If you spam click left shift, the gun animation doesn't look very smooth at all. If you try to do this in Siege, it doesn't work. It will have a smooth animation, as you can probably expect. I almost died there. Yeah, when it comes to the combat in this game, it's not something you can do solo. It's like a team effort that you gotta do. If you don't play this game with a group, you will probably die. What is this again? I have no clue what this gadget is. I had to look it up. This is... Oh, it's a diver propulsion. Why? No. Tunnel worm module. Yeah, they did try to improve the construction aspect of this game with these modules, but I don't think that really changed things too much in the core gameplay, which is again very unfortunate. Yeah, I know what they're trying to do with it, but unfortunately this didn't change things too much either. Okay. Well, that was kind of unfortunate. When it comes to utility, there's really nothing that stands out too much. Hardlight canopy, I'll ignore that. Ore dense damper. There's really nothing in my utility that really stands out, actually. Not much. I don't know if you play any of the Battlefield games, Siege, but I did re-download Battlefield 1 to give that game another chance. I thought of Battlefield 5 as per the Discord poll from my server, but I didn't get into that game either. So I'm going to try to see if Battlefield 1 is going to be a bit better. I don't know. Battlefield 1 at least works well on DirectX 12, so if you want more FPS, that's a good thing to have. Yeah, I feel this game definitely had potential. I mean, I'm glad this game still exists. It's still online for us to enjoy, but every time you come back to play this game, I think the fun that you used to have in this game is slowly draining away. So that's the best way I can describe this game. Even before my activity in this game started to die down significantly, I definitely noticed people not playing this game as much as they used to, because again, the fun factor simply just wasn't enough for the long run. There isn't enough things to do in the game, and even if you have people in the game to help make the game fun, the game has to be fun in its own right, which I don't think this game did a very good job, especially for new players. I know this game has a quote-unquote tutorial now that they introduced a while back, but even that I don't think is going to be enough to keep people around. I definitely remember certain people that played this game a few years ago. I don't think they're playing this game as much anymore. I do recognize certain names here that still play this game during certain days of the week, but I have to be honest, I think the fun in this game is slowly draining away for those that are still here. It definitely can be, I mean, I think what I'm trying to say once again is, in order to truly enjoy this game, you need to play this game with other people, whether you are being tactical or being very casual. But even with that being said, that only goes so far. I know I'm repeating the same points again and again, but after you spend so much time in the game, it kind of becomes very clear once you start being honest with yourself. I really thought this game would take off, and when I noticed most of the public figures in this game slowly move on to other games or move on to different jobs, I had a feeling that was the case that was happening. Any of you remember Planetside Arena? I did. It sort of tried to be like Apex Legends, but bigger in scale. Unfortunately, that game did not last, or it did not get off the ground. What a shame. This franchise is another way to describe of missed potential. Yeah, if you look at those previous Planetside 2 videos that I did for this game, which you can still see online, I had a lot of fun playing with other people, even if my gunplay wasn't that great. And when we did win against the odds, either with numbers or just pushing really hard, it felt satisfying. But after you see it again and again, the fun slowly drains away. You can still feel that magic every once in a while, but after you play this game after you play this game significantly more, it becomes more and more challenging. And also, there is a bit of a cheating problem in this game. I don't know how significant the cheating is in this game, but some of it is so blatant. Like, some players can kill you from 2,000 meters away. Like, that should not be even possible. But when it comes to cheating in games, that's never really going to go away. It's always going to be here. Or any other game for that matter. It doesn't matter how big of a budget they have. People will always find a way to get their cheating programs through, one way or the other. I do remember doing harassment runs in this game. Those can be pretty fun, even if you're not playing for the objective, you know, getting the most territory to win the event. Unfortunately, that did not change things too much. The fun in this game slowly starts to drain away. I know some people are trying to be positive by giving feedback to the developers and all that, but even that only goes so far, unfortunately. One thing that they did change over time was they changed the ability for Maxes to not be able to get revived. Maxes can be very overpowered, especially if they know what they're doing. So people treat Maxes very preciously now. So you have to keep them alive because once they die, they cannot respawn. Well, they can respawn if they have enough nanites, but they cannot respawn right on the spot here like they used to. So at the very least, it is more kind of balanced, sort of. I mean, this game, I think any game is already difficult to balance as is. You know what's funny, Siege? I don't know if Siege or Awesome is still watching, but I did significantly reduce a lot of games from my Steam library in the last month or so. And I noticed that there's really not that many shooting games that I have in my library. I know I did reinstall Battlefield 1. I'll see if that game is decent or not. But I'm thinking about GTA 5 again. I know I said in the past I'm not a big fan of GTA 5 because that game, compared to the previous GTA titles, GTA 5 feels kind of shallow. I mean, I tried to see if there's fun to be had in that game, but something about the atmosphere, the gunplay, and even the vehicular aspect of that game, even with FiveM involved, I don't know, it just did not feel fun at all. It just kept testing my patience again and again and again. So my brain is trying to tell me, oh, you should play that just to have some time to spend on a game in your pastime. But I've come to the realization that might as well just play Rainbow Six Siege instead, whether it's casual or competitive. That game also has its fair share of problems when it comes to balancing, I imagine. I can't put it into words, but anybody that has played that game for a long time can tell you a lot more than me. But even if I'm not good at the game, even if I'm not the best in Rainbow Six Siege of being critical at it, at least I feel the fun in that game. You don't have to describe it in words, but you can tell when you play it yourself. Forget watching YouTube videos of people describing the game. You have to play the game for yourself, and you can tell for yourself. Yeah, I don't know. I thought there would be some people that would join us for Planetside tonight, but can't really think of too many people that are interested. I don't know if Rango wants to join us again. Yeah. Oh, hi, Rango. I just saw your name on social. I don't know if you remember me, but I'm back here to play this game for a bit. Try to see if I can do some grinding and stuff. But yeah, I'm not very good at remembering names, but you probably remember me, so. I just made the squad public again, so hopefully we'll get some randoms, maybe. I have some fond memories of, playing this game a lot more those few years ago. You know what's a bit of a shame? They got rid of proximity repair from the Sunders, and instead you have these repair stations now. Unless you bring in your Galaxy with proximity repair. You know what? I haven't done a Galaxy run in a while, so that's something I don't mind doing. If you prefer flying, Rango, I can provide help with repairs if necessary. But I don't think we need to worry about that right now too much. We only got like 4 minutes left, so you can provide some air support here at Raxukum and see if you can get some kills. I imagine you don't play this game as much anymore, Rango. I have moved on to other games. If you're wondering why you haven't seen or heard my name as much anymore. I mean, the game still has fun moments, but only once in a while. I can do another continent here. I think it's probably going to be Indar that we're going to be going to next. I don't know if you liked Osher personally, Rango, but I remember the hype that led up to that release after years of delays, and then people just got tired of it. Oh, hi, Demiller. So yeah, Demiller, yeah, I don't know if you remember me, but I'm just gonna be leading this little squad here, and if you're lucky, it's gonna turn into a platoon or something. I'm basically paying my respects to this game. I can't hear you, Demiller. I'm trying to boost you up. But yeah, we're currently in currently we're in Amherst right now. Oh, I think you're here in the continent as well. Oh yeah, we got like 2 minutes left.
Yep. Oh yeah.
Yeah, I used to play this game a lot more back in 2020, 2021, when I didn't have many options for other games. Unfortunately, the updates in this game did not exactly help keep players around. Yeah, it's kind of stagnated like, once again like it used to. And I think the Sunders in this game are way too overpowered right now. Some people are describing it kind of broken as well, which is not too far off, because I'm seeing a lot of Sunder columns right now.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Sunders are OP right now. I mean, I used to play this game a lot in the years prior.
I know they tried to introduce an end game part to this game with the outfit wars, but it was poorly executed, to say the least, especially when they first introduced it. It was so grindy that it basically caused burnout for some people that I know. It was bad.
Yeah, it did.
Even after all these years, this game is still unique, but unfortunately that only goes so far nowadays. Yeah, I used to play this game quite a bit, like I said, and then I tried other games, which have filled in that hole a little bit. But I'm kind of sad to realize that there probably will not be a Planetside 3 coming out anytime soon, or in my lifetime. I'd be lucky if we get a Planetside 3, but I don't think a publisher out there is going to take a risk or give the money for someone to develop it from scratch, because this game really needs to be restarted from the ground up with a new engine or something. Oh, hi, Nit. So yeah, Nitro, I'm gonna try to lead you guys into battle. I used to do full platoons of this game a few years ago. I don't know if you remember my name from 2 or 3 years ago, Demulator, but I did have a full platoon of armor before the Sunders got OP, and it was really satisfying when we did keep most of our vehicles alive. But unfortunately, the fun in this game basically started to dry up for me. Well, hi, Tufir.
Yeah, I do remember your name now that I think about it.
Yeah, I used to have I don't know. Something about leadership when it comes to games was always my strong point. I may not be the best gunner in town, but leading people into battle was something that I was very good at, and I didn't even try too hard on that. So I was very happy to keep doing that. It actually helped me keep playing this game. But unfortunately, leading was not enough because the game was very repetitive. This game is still repetitive right now, but there's some fun to be had every once in a while, as long as you don't do it too much. But yeah, we're just gonna be doing. It looks like we're gonna be going to Indar next here, so I'll stay with you guys for a while.
Amherst has been lost to the Vanu sovereignty.
Yeah, Outfit Wars. I'm glad they did not do Outfit Wars anytime soon, because that, even with the latest version of Outfit Wars, it was still poorly executed, to say the least. So we're going to Indar here, and we probably will get another alert or something if we're lucky. I remember the hype for Osho when it first came out, and people did not like it, which I can understand why. So yeah, Rango, if you like flying, I'll provide some repairs for you. I spent like who knows how many hours just to get my Battle Galaxy ready to go. I'm not gonna force you guys to fly into the air with me, but if you like to be a gunner from the air, that's something that you can help out if you wish. Because I got the what are those guns called in the Galaxy again? I had to look at the terminal here because I don't remember. Oh yeah, the walkers, the bulldogs on the side, and yeah, I got the walkers and the bulldogs on it, along with the fire suppression and proximity repair. I got them all maxed out. I also got the lodestar thing too. But the only continent that I ever found the lodestar useful was Oshur. That's it. But most of the time, I just got my usual battle galaxy going. So if you need repairs, Rango, I got about... And I actually can fly in this game, but not a mosquito. I can fly in this game, as long as it's not a mosquito or a liberator. I never figured out or got any interest to play the liberator. But if anybody wants to be a passenger on my Galaxy just to provide some support, this is your chance. And let's see if the rest of the map is going to open up since everybody is joining into this continent now. Because I know the last continent, it was not unstable. So we might get some more territory opened up here. I have no clue how much Oshur is going to be changed. I definitely saw potential with that continent, but nobody's really interested in that continent anymore. Which I'm not too surprised to hear about. Alright, looks like nothing's opening up, so I'll just join you guys at Zervin. To see if we can get some fights going. Yeah, you can also redeploy to my gal if you want to shoot from my gal. I always find the gal runs in this game pretty fun. I'm glad they did not touch the proximity repair and the fire suppression to this thing, because I still remember that very well. But yeah, Demilair, I haven't played the new version of the Sunders yet. I know they're OP and broken. They probably are, but is it possible for it to be balanced, or is it really broken? Oh, looks like he left. But yeah, Rango, and Nitro and Tufi. I don't know if I really don't know if the Sunders can be balanced in a patch or something. I really hope it can be balanced, because there needs to be a reason for people to come to play this game. I remember doing this quite a bit back in the day. It never gets old. Okay. Okay, let's see what we're gonna do here. Okay, we got Zervin back. The whole continent is still unstable. We looks like most of the pop is going for a crown battle. Might as well do that. There's really nothing else we can do here. Yeah, might as well do the crown battle until the rest of the map opens up. I know there is Scarred Mesa on the south side. I'm not sure if there's going to be a huge battle for that, but most of you guys are at the crown for a big fight. I don't know. I don't like that. I remember doing multiple squads of this game a few years ago. It was fun. But yeah, if you need repairs, Rango, I'll stay in the area. I actually don't mind relaxing here, since I had a long day. So I haven't forgotten the controls for this galaxy at all. Oh, that's unfortunate. That is unfortunate. You can destroy people's pods if they drop down like that. It's hilarious. Alright, we should have a decent battle here at the crown. You know the drill. Yes, just cause as much carnage, and if we're lucky, we'll get a capture. I don't know if Battlefield 1 is decent to play or not. That's something I can check out today. Oh, getting some repairs. The repair stations are kind of overpowered in a way. Oh, hi, Azuki. I don't know if you remember me, Azuki, but I'm back here to lead a squad for a bit here in Planetside 2. So it's something you can do once in a while, but not as much, in my opinion. But yeah, we're here at the we're here at the Crown, gonna cause some carnage here. Get as many kills as you can. I also got a battle gal here if you were interested to do some support. Oh no, okay, no worries, that's okay. I was just curious because I don't play this game all the time. All you need to know is I'm here to lead you guys into battle. I have done my fair share of fun in this game, like, you know, infantry squads, armor squads. We even got a full platoon of 4 squads to it in the past. But right now, we're just having casual fun right now. So yeah, we're just doing the Crown at the moment. Everybody's here. Most of the TR's here. I don't remember. I used to do this game quite a lot the last 2 or 3 years. Unfortunately, I kind of moved on to other games. But every once in a while, I come back and play this game to pay my respects. It'd be nice if this game got a. It would be very nice if this game got like a sequel, Planetside 3. But I don't think that's gonna be happening anytime soon. I don't know if you can spawn into my battle gal, Azuki, but I used to do a lot of these back 2 or 3 years ago. It's always fun, especially if you cause kills with either against infantry or against other armor or aircraft. It's always a fun time. If you're interested, Azuki, I have bulldogs in this galaxy here, so you can use that grenade launcher of mine to kill some infantry on the ground here at the Crown. Or I may have to leave the Crown just to spawn into it. And I don't know if Siege Tank is still watching, but yes, this game has dwindled in players even more. I know the new updates did bring in more players, but unfortunately did not keep them around. It wasn't enough. So yeah, Zuki, F2 and F3 are the walker guns, and the bulldog is on the left. Yeah, F4 is probably gonna be your best bet if you can get a shot. Hold on, I need to do evasive maneuvers. Gotta wait for the repairs to kick in. If I had another battle galaxy with proximity repair like this, I can definitely survive a lot more. But it's always fun, especially if you do get assist kills against enemy aircraft. It's always fun. I don't know what you think of the Sunder update, Azuki, but it definitely is broken and way more overpowered than it should be. I can already see that with all these Sunder columns everywhere. Exactly, Azuki. Ironic how the Sunder is now the new, more effective harasser. I don't know if in your opinion, Azuki, do you think the Sunder is going to be balanced in a patch or something? I know they tried to make it more fun, but do you think they can patch it out? That's the thing. That's the thing that I'm kind of concerned about. I know they have to. I know they have to do it eventually, but do you think it's patchable? Because you know how patches work in games. But do you think it's possible for them to balance it out in a patch? Because I know it's overpowered right now. Yeah, that's what I was thinking, Izuki. I mean, at least they are trying something. It may not be groundbreaking, but at least they're trying to do something so that they're more effective, especially at low pop. But it definitely needs more work. Focus on the platform below. Yeah, focus on the main building there to your left. You should see some infantry on the ground. You should be able to get some decent shots with your launcher there. Oh, you lost connection, Demiller?
I'm just trying some stuff out.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I just brought in my battle gallery heal. Damn, I'm having a lot of fun here. Don't worry, Azuki, I'm gonna keep you alive. I already done enough of these galaxy runs that I like to take risks. I haven't even used my fire suppression yet. Good job killing that Liberator. Nice. I always like taking risks like that. Sometimes it pays off, sometimes it doesn't. But it's great when it does. Yeah, so right now, Demiller, nothing much has changed. Looks like Indar finally opened up, so looks like we're just finishing up here at the crown. We got like 20 seconds left. I don't know if the join combat button is going to take you here, but we're about to be done here in the next 10 seconds. Alright, we're about to be secure here in 2. There you go. Clear. Leftovers, Azuki. Nice, you got a kill bonus. F2, Azuki, F2. Sight in front of us, 12 o'clock. Rango, I'm gonna help you. Stay on that site. I'll provide you some supporting fire. Rango, I'm behind you. Suki, focus on that site. Oh, he's running away to the warp gate. Of course. Of course. All right. Okay, so we're gonna go somewhere else then. Where's the rest of the pup? Oh, you got him eventually. Nice. I had to back away because I'm a big target. Where's the rest of the pop and the crown going into? Because that's where we're just gonna basically follow where the pop goes. If we had like just 2 squads or a full squad here, we can try going to different areas of the map since this content is finally opened up now. Let's see here. Crossroads. I'm not sure about Crossroads. There's too much NC there. They're probably gonna take that in the next 30 seconds here. What about series? No, nothing there. Oh, Suki. We have some fighters. Hold on. Okay, looks like we're good. Trying to figure out what. What did you say, Dan? Oh, never mind. Let's see here. Where's the rest of the pop going? Is it going to Tia Alloys or series? It's hard to tell. Even I have to admit, Azuki, the Sunder columns are kind of a nuisance to deal with right now. Even with my Galaxy, I will get shredded to pieces if I do that. I don't know when the next patch for this Sunder update is going to happen. They didn't say when, but hopefully, if we're lucky, it's going to come out this week. Maybe between Monday to Friday during business hours. Who knows? Trying to figure out where we're gonna go next. That's not Crossroads. There's way too much stuff going on. Maybe we can try Burgess or something. Maybe we can try to push the NC front a little bit. I don't know. We can try that. I don't mind big battles here. I know Crossroads is an obvious. Well, actually, hold on. Wait a minute. Is there like a huge fight? Actually, no. I got a better idea. We're just have to go. We're gonna follow where the pop is gonna take us. So ignore that waypoint I just put in. Hold on. Give me a second. So there's an area here near Crossroads. We can probably just make our way here and just join the battles that the rest of the TR pop is going. Oh, what do you say, Nitro? Yeah, I'm just trying to find some big battles for you guys. We just have to go where the pop is taking us. As you can see, Azuki, we basically got shredded. Just got a lucky break there. Oh, we're finally gonna die. Yeah, I tried to keep it alive as long as I could. Okay, I'm gonna switch to ground operations now. I usually do not use my, You don't see a lot of battle tanks anymore because of the Sunder update, because the Sunders are way too strong than they should be. But I will bring out my... I'll bring out my Prowler tank to see if that can be useful. Because I definitely miss doing those. Doing those. Yeah, it looks like the TR pop is slowly making a push towards Crossroads. Probably not happen right off the bat, but we can probably have some fun armor battles if it's easy to destroy the Sunders, that is. I definitely if I'm not mistaken, the Sunders with their nanite armor, or I'm not sure if it's the repair station or the nanite armor, but either one of those two is causing a huge balance problem because they're not easy to kill, and they should not be that strong. But at least we get XP rewards for damaging them. Right? Okay, I'm gonna see if I'll see if I can get a Prowler going and see how long that run's gonna last. I personally haven't done that in a long time. So if you want to join up for that, it's completely up to you. When it comes to the gunplay in this game, that was never my strong point at all. Gatekeeper, Prowler. Before the Palisade gun was even a thing for the TR, I remember the Gatekeeper a lot. The hangar's full of VS. Oh, no, you should be fine now. Hopefully it'll get revived. Yeah, I'm trying my best to have fun with you guys, but there's only so much you can do in this game before it gets repetitive. I definitely noticed that the player base hasn't exactly grown too much either in this game. It has kind of dwindled. Nice kill, Zuki. So I have an interesting question for you, TR guys. If you had to choose between the Palisade gun or the Gatekeeper, which is better? Because I know before Palisade was even a thing, it was the Gatekeeper, which was a pretty good choice for a secondary gun in the tank. So I'm not really sure if they, I'm not sure which is better at this point. Maybe they're both the same, more or less. You're getting kills very easily, Azuki, so that's really nice. Another kill, Azuki. You're very good at aiming. But yeah, like I said before, where the squad waypoint is, we'll try to push our way there, and hopefully we can get some kills. But the Sunders are very overpowered, so the best we can do is at least cause some damage, if we're lucky. Alright, so we got ourselves an armor clash here at the Crown. I don't know about you guys, but is it really hard to find fun doing armor battles in this game since the Sunder update? Because right now I'm feeling it's kind of hard to find it fun until they balance it. Why imported? Welcome aboard to this little squad of ours. So basically, we're basically fighting against the NC right now from the Crown. That's where the main battle is taking place right now. So if you want some fun or some XP, the Crown is going to be your best bet right now. They're building a base on the top of that mountain too. Suzuki, that same player spawning in over and over and over again. And drops C4, so you might want to keep an eye on that. Yeah, I'm guessing Connery. I remember playing on Connery in the first place, the US West server. But even back 2-3 years ago, it was not exactly in the best shape. The US East server always had more players. I imagine the Connery server is even worse now after all these years, yeah? I imagine. I mean, I know US East has more overall players, but it definitely has not gotten better, even after all these updates, which is a bit of a shame. Mizuki, you're getting a lot of kills. Yeah, you know what's funny, you know what's funny, I remember that. I know the devs tried to bring in that cult tier map to help deal with this game in the off hours when there's not a lot of players. But naturally people didn't find the cult tier map fun to play on low pop hours either, which is really unfortunate because it could have been a decent option, but nope. It got removed eventually for a good reason or another. I already lost count how many times Azuki got killed with the Palisade gun here at the Crown. VS are spawning in like crazy near the west side of the Crown, here in that building. So if you want to get some VS kills, you want so there's a building near the Crown here, and VS are popping in constantly. They're holed up in the west building here at the Crown. I'll update the squad waypoint for you. So I updated the squad waypoint for you. There's quite a number of VS pouring in from the west side here, near the squad waypoint. So that's the building I'm talking about. So yeah, we're probably going to hang out in the Crown for the next while, just to get some kills. What I've learned about doing armor in this game is that if you're in an area like the Crown where there's a lot of buildings nearby, if you're a tank especially if you're a Prowler or a Sunder, you should never go first person because you always have to keep an eye out for any infiltrators or engineers that try to plant C4s on you. It's so easy for your vehicle to be blown up, especially by a very experienced player. Well, hi, Strango. It doesn't take much for your vehicle to be blown up. It's so easy if you're not, especially if you're not paying attention. So always have to be scanning the area, stuff like that. 12 o'clock, Azuki. In front of you, Azuki. In front of you. Right there, yeah. There's one in front of us here. Azuki's dead. Never mind. He's gone. But yeah, Strango, if you want to join us, we're at the Crown here doing some fun. Welcome back, Demilier. Nothing has changed. We're still here at the Crown. We've got some VS to deal with here at the West Building. And there's the explanation for the VS. There's a Sunder spawner here on the west side of the building. Azuki here has been a trooper. Imagine if the TR were secretly the Deep Space Banker from Star Trek Troopers. I don't know if you've seen that movie, but you should if you haven't. So I have to ask you, Demilier, if you have seen Star Trek Troopers, you know where this is going. Are you doing your part?
No, not really.
I like that. But yeah, we're just trying to get as many kills as possible. And if you want to kill some BS, squad waypoint here. We got a Sunder spawn to take care of. Also, we got some NC armor on the south side of Crown, so that's another thing to keep an eye on. I'll try to get you closer, Azuki. There's only so much you can do with this terrain. And again, Azuki, how long have we been doing this Prowler run and we haven't died yet? Amazing, yeah? Alright, that's one Sunder less to worry about. Yeah, I don't have to tell you, Demilier. The Sunder armor columns are starting to get old a little bit. It's kind of hard to kill them. It's really hard.
Yeah, I purchased a couple. They're really fucking broken.
I mean, I don't mind a buff on the Sunders, which they should, but not too much. Because I did kind of read up on their update letters on trying to make the Sunders more useful. I mean, they did do what they said they would, but it's too much. And they are aware of the complaints, which is not a big surprise at this point. But hopefully they'll do something about it. Okay, looks like we can finally push up there. Let's see if we can do something about that. I'm not bragging, but I do remember doing a Prowler run before the Sunder update, and I think the longest I was able to go on without dying was like maybe 20 minutes. Somewhere around that. Even after all these years, the orbital strikes never get old in this game. It's always priceless material. Finally kill a Sunder, but only after so much fire. Suzuki Hill. Northwest, yeah, they're right there. There's at least one Sunder up there, just so you know. Looks like we might be able to push towards Crossroads after all. Let's give it a try. Let's give it a try. I do like these repair stations. They're useful. But are they a little too powerful? I think they are, especially if you upgrade them. There is one interesting thing. Oh, he just lost connection again. But Azuki, I do have another question for you. I don't know how long you've been playing this game, but do you think they did a good job fixing the audio in this game? Because I know the audio for some of the weapons in this game were not very good. But I did hear that they did make some changes on that. So hopefully they did something about that. I have to agree that some of the sound effects for some of the guns are... Oh, you didn't care with the sound, yeah. Well, you probably noticed them the more, Connor. Like, some of the guns on the vehicles were annoying to listen to, I imagine. So they did make some changes on that. So... in that sense, I kind of agree with that, but yeah. I have to agree in retrospect that the Skyguard gun was very kind of annoying to listen to at times. They did describe it very perfectly, what the Skyguard. It kind of sounds like somebody hitting something on a chalkboard or something. But I digress, though. Let's see here. Yeah, there's nobody at the crown. Maybe we can push the Crossroads here if that TR pops in here. Just get as many kills as you can. Hopefully we'll get enough people on point here. You know, I'm surprised this game still has ops being done, even though the player base has quite a bit dwindled at this point. But hey, let's just enjoy this game while we still can. I know I will. I'm really hoping that a video game publisher or investor is going to look at this franchise and invest quite a bit of money to make a Planetside 3. Just build a new game from scratch from a new engine or something. If they do it right, I think it'll be good. Maybe. I don't know if you play Final Fantasy 14, Con. I don't know if you're an MMO person, but they basically screwed up the first release of that MMO game back in 2010. It was really bad, to say the least. But they went back to the drawing board, spent 2-3 years making the game from the ground up, and they succeeded. It was still rough, but at least they remade it. So if they can do it, Planetside may have a chance, but I don't know if it's gonna ever happen. I'm not gonna go into a long speech. I'm not gonna go into a long story about Final Fantasy 14, Connor, because I don't know if the MMOs are for you. But that's all you really need to know. The original release was very bad. The best way I can describe it is you can't jump. So imagine Planetside 2 where you can't jump. That was a thing in the original release. You couldn't jump at all. Yeah, I don't think Planetside 3 is ever gonna happen. You know what's funny, Connor? I tried No Man's Sky on the newest update, but it still suffers from the same problem from launch. It's boring to play. I know there's resources you need to grab, you get to spend time on, even if the game does have a creative mode, relaxing mode, but it still feels kind of boring. Every single planet, it feels the same. You can put a clear coat of paint or different textures, but it still feels the same. So, yeah, No Man's Sky, I don't. I mean, I don't think it really redeemed itself. I mean, I know there's a market for people that like No Man's Sky. I mean, if you like the game, more power to you. But I think it's just very repetitive and not really that interesting. What I have learned from experience, Connor, is it's very easy to make a good-looking game nowadays. Most people can make a good-looking game, but some people completely forget to make the game fun, which is the most important thing you gotta do. And some people fail to do that. I'm sorry to say. I kind of lost track how many kills you got in this point, Azuki. Good job. Granted, you do enjoy Planetside. It's easy to enjoy Planetside 2 a whole lot more when you got other people to play it with. But it only goes so far. And that's just me being brutally honest after spending 1,800 hours in this game. I know some other people have a lot more hours than me, but you don't have to spend too much time in this game to find out what it is like. So, Connery, I have a bit of a hot take question for you. Other than Oshore, if you had to remove one continent from this game completely, like an actual continent where you do alerts and stuff. Other than Oshore, you can choose one continent to remove from this game permanently. Which one would you choose? I'm just very curious because I know I don't exactly have a very strong opinion in this game, but I know other people play this game more than me. Through North Dekel. Okay, that was kind of easy. Nope, nothing. Yeah. I mean, Esmir in theory can be fun, but at times it kind of fails to be fun at times. Especially with what they did with the Northeastern Workday before they redid that continent completely. I think they took them, if I remember right, it took them like, what, 4 to 6 months, roughly, just to change that continent completely. But not many people were talking about that continent much after the revamp, if you will. Yeah, it's really hard. I think that, yeah, those empty areas where everything got destroyed, Connery, I'm surprised they didn't use any of that. Imagine if those areas we actually have bases to fight in, quote unquote, like this one here. That was a, yeah. That even though those areas where the thing got blown up, they could have used those for they could have used those areas to fight in. Even if it's a flat barren wasteland, those areas could have been fun to fight in. But nope, it got squandered. What a shame. Yeah. Oh! Azuki got so many kills at this point. I'm so happy for you, man. I'm just keeping a lookout because if you don't have other people watching your back, if you're in a brawler and you're in first-person mode, you're basically dead. It's so easy for an infantry player to sneak up on you. Again, I'm so proud of Azuki getting kills. How many kills did you get, Azuki? I don't know how many. Oh, I can't. I don't know how many kills you got. Oh, it doesn't tell me. Nope, nothing. But that was a good run. Oh, you didn't die, Azuki? Oh. If you did, the game would have told you. Oh. My guess would be like maybe 20 to 30 kills. Maybe 30 more. That was good. Yeah, those northeast bases, Connor. I know what you're talking about. Those were the few times where you had to use logistics, quote unquote. But even with that being said, it was still, I don't know. It still was not quite fun enough. I mean, I tried to make them interesting when I was leading squads of platoons, but I felt that it was draining people's fun slowly over time. So yeah, that's why you don't see me play this game all the time as much anymore, Connor. I mean, the game can be fun, it can be, but it's really hard to balance things out because the foundations are very rough, to say the least. And I don't know how many of you guys are interested in that flying event, because I remember this happening a lot more back then. But I can focus on the ground combat because I think that's where the most fun is right now. Yeah, that one. Yeah. If there's one thing they did right on Oshur is it's definitely the Corsair boats. It's too bad the map design was a huge problem on it. I never had any problems with the boats. It's just the map design for Oshur was the biggest complaint. I bet people have said over and over again what they said about Oshur, but the map design was the huge problem. I don't know. I don't even know if the underwater bases made up for it either. I don't hear a lot of people talking about those, but I'm guessing it didn't change things too much either. But yeah, I have moved on to other games, unfortunately. I mean, I still play this game every once in a while for the arcade action that it has to offer, which can be fun. But it's like on rare occasions now, unfortunately. That's why you don't see or hear many people that you used to meet in this game as much. I mean, I know some people come back and play this game at least once a week for op stuff, but it's not the same like it used to be. I do respect the fact that the devs for this game, even the previous ones, tried to add something to the game. It brought in people, but they didn't stay, which is really unfortunate. Yeah, it's a shame, really, because I definitely thought that with all the effort they put into this game, that they did in the last 2 or 3 years, you would think it would take off. Sadly, it did not come to be. Yeah, it's a shame. But yeah, this is probably one of the few times, or very rarely, I'm ever gonna come and play this game. Maybe if another huge update is gonna come to this game, it might draw back more players other than the Sunder update. But as you can tell, it's not exactly at the best shape right now. I'll enjoy this game as long as I can, as should you guys. But don't hesitate to do other games if you have to. I mean, I already talked about to myself earlier, like how similar the interiors are in this game. The only exception is Oshur. You know that tower building that Oshur has. Even though it uses the same looking textures, at the very least it was refreshing to see something different. Yeah, Connor, that's one of my biggest nitpicks in this game. The textures for the interiors in this game. All the bases and the buildings are the same. I know they have I know they try to change the layout a little bit, especially with the quote-unquote underground bases, but they all look the same. There should have been a little bit more variety like what other games do. Say what you want about Warframe and the repetitiveness that game gets, but at least there's different areas in that game. I wish they could have done something to change it up a bit. But that really hurts the replay value of this game. And this is me saying after spending so much time in this game. Game, really. There could have been so much more. But yeah, Connery, I play lots of different games now, like Rainbow Six Siege, for example. I don't know if that game is for you, but I can play that game competitively or casually whenever I'm in the mood. So yeah, that's something that I even have an outfit in this game, but I'm not really that active anymore because again, the game just got to the point where it's not as fun like it used to be. But it's something I come back once in a while. Yeah, unfortunately, even though I am paying my respects to this game right now, it's hard to find it fun like it used to be. Not too surprising because everybody that I knew, all the public figures in this game moved on from this game one reason or another. It's not really that surprising. But yeah, Connery and Azuki, yeah, it's a very niche. Yes, I don't mind niche games, but the game has to be more than just niche to bring in more players, new players. I mean, that's how you keep a game going and keep things fresh. But I don't know if this game is gonna take off. Like, I mean, remember Among Us, Connery? I know it's not the same game like this one, but Among Us got released all those years ago, and nobody even knew it existed. Only sometime later, you got more promotion, and it has a lot more players overall. But yeah. Even if this game got covered more, Connery, the player retention is still not very good. Oh, hi, Hatsu. Yeah, I'm just paying my respects to this game right now. The player retention for this game is not really that good, and it's safe to say that the Sunder update is very broken, or very unbalanced, to say the least. Yeah, I have to agree, Connery. On all the quote-unquote newest games that were released this year, nothing much really stands out. By the way, I don't know about you, Connery, but I am very disappointed that Epic got rid of Unreal and Unreal Tournament, and they focused all their efforts into Fortnite. Fortnite is not that good of a game, in my opinion. It's just not that good. If you want to talk interesting maps and design, it's, yeah. Still playing Gunner, but mostly talking at this point. Yeah, Azuki, I have to agree in that kind of sense, because they got rid of the multiplayer servers for the older Unreal Tournament games. I don't know if you've ever played those games back in the day, but say what you want about Epic, but at least they made interesting maps, and the gunplay with it was very interesting. So here's the thing about Elden Ring, Connery, since you brought it up. Elden Ring, I don't know if that game is quote unquote good if you compare it to Dark Souls, but I played Elden Ring personally, and if you are limited on free time, you're not going to like Elden Ring. I can see myself getting better at Elden Ring, but I don't want to spend X amount of hours just to get better at that game. It just takes way too much time. But yeah, I don't want to go into a long speech here, but it's since you brought it up, I just wanted to talk about it. And I haven't even fired my gun either, Gunner. So yeah. I'll keep Planetside 2 in my Steam library until the game is gonna shut down eventually. I don't know when. It's gonna be sad when that eventually happens, but I'll keep this game in my Steam library for now. And if I'm in the rare mood to play this game again, I'll come back. But I have moved on to other games. But yeah, Connery, I don't know if you are in my community server, but you're always welcome to play other games with me, like Rainbow Six Siege and countless others that are casual. So it's up to you, Connery, but if you need to talk to somebody, you have me, and I have lots of other people that you are welcome to be a part of if you want. I know what it feels like to be alone, so it's always good to have someone to talk to at the very least. Also, I'm live. I'm on quote-unquote live right now, but I don't always mention that because I don't want that to be the main focus whenever I play games. But yeah, Gunner, yeah, nothing much has changed. Give me a second here. That's the wrong freaking thing. This copy link. I did not do that. Okay. So yeah, that is my community server there. You have to go to the rules section as well just to accept the link. You need to click on ME6 post to see everything else. But yeah, that's just for you if you are interested. I don't know about you, Nitro, but this is one of the few times you see me play this game. It was fun while it lasted a few years ago, but the player retention and repetitiveness for this game unfortunately got to me as well. I know some people have tried to get me to do other things in the game, but it doesn't go far enough. But I have done other games that are decent. I don't know if you're into Rainbow Six Siege, Connery, but it's a decent game. At least you don't have to be good at gunplay all the time to win that. You can do teamwork and stuff. So there's a couple more games, but I cannot go into detail because there's literally way too many. But yes, I have to agree, Connery. Most of the games that I've seen this year, or that people hype up, yeah, they're not that great. It's something that people play for like maybe a month or 2 or 3, and it gets forgotten. And people usually talk about graphics, and that's it. But yeah, Nitro, if you need to talk to somebody, you have me there, and that community server that we have there. I have an outfit in this game, but it's not my main priority anymore because I don't want to suffer burnout, especially with how repetitive this game is. I'm really trying to be positive with this game, but I have to spend so much time on it. You just have to be honest with yourself. And I'm pretty sure I'm not the only one on that. You feel it too, especially if you spend enough time on this. Hopefully the next update will be better, but I'm not holding my breath. But yeah, I'm gonna head off here, Connery. But again, you're always welcome to join me live next time, like right now, if you wish, or try other games that you happen to have as I do. But if you don't, that's okay, because everybody has their preferences when it comes to games. And it's really hard to find decent games nowadays. It's really hard. But I have my memories of this game. There were fun times while it lasted. I'll see you next time, Connery and Nitro. But yeah, Gunner. I tried to have fun with Planetside 2 despite being a bit tired myself, but unfortunately, it got to me as well. Shame. What I'm gonna do next is do another. I'm gonna revisit another game from my library, Battlefield 1. I don't think I've ever asked you, Gunner, if you ever played any of the Battlefield games and if it's for you or not. But I'm gonna revisit Battlefield 1. I did revisit Battlefield 5 a bit more, but something about that game was not fun enough for me, unfortunately. So I'm gonna get rid of that right now. I'm gonna hide the game. So I'm gonna launch Battlefield 1 right now to see if it reinvigorates my interest or not. Yeah, I mean, all these games got a lot of attention and a lot of hype for release, but people don't spend too much time on it. It's really hard to find a game that you still want to play 5 or 10 years later, if the game goes even that far. Man, what a shame. So I'm gonna relaunch Battlefield 1 right now just to see if this game will be decent or not. So Battlefield 1, is it decent? I know it's not World War II, it's World War 1, But is the gunplay or gameplay decent? I did play it a little bit. I thought it was decent. But now I have the time to revisit this game. And hopefully it will be decent. I can play this game on DirectX 12, actually. But now I want to know if I have to limit the frame rate in any way. Because in most cases, whenever I play a game on DirectX 12, the GPU has to work a lot harder to produce frames. But what is Battlefield 1 like when I have settings on high? I'm not sure. So I'll figure that out right now by just doing a random multiplayer match. You do not necessarily need to play the single player campaigns on Battlefield 1 to enjoy it. You just launch the multiplayer, go into a random match, and you basically get to experience the game through that way. Still waiting for Battlefield 1 to launch here. Okay, here we go, finally. Alright. So, Battlefield 1. Is it decent? By the way, the Battlefield franchise really fell under with Battlefield 2042. It really did, didn't it? What a shame. We're going back to options here. We are... So we're going to turn on DirectX 12. And let's turn on frame rate limiter to 144. We got most settings on high. Okay, everything is on high. Let's how do we turn this game on? Quit. So we're gonna check out Battlefield 1. Quickly adjust the settings a bit. And let's see if this game can run 160 frames per second fine. Let's give it a try. Alright, let's do a random multiplayer match and see how well optimized this game is. Connor, if you're still watching, I have to agree with you, yes. I tried to be positive on Planetside 2 here. Unfortunately, it did not get much better. I will still keep it on my Steam library, but I will not touch it as much like I used to. I will still continue to have the fond memories that I had when leading squads or platoons of this game. But unfortunately, those days are not the same anymore like they used to be, which is a darn shame. So when it comes to graphics quality, we are going to keep things on high. Is there any motion blur we can turn off? Good. Yeah, no motion blur because I really don't like it. Turn off vertical sync. There you go. So we have DirectX 12 here. This game... let's see if the game is any better. Hold on a second. Controls. Also, the finals, Gunner. I don't play that game anymore either. Now we're gonna play a random multiplayer match. Let's see here. Server browser. Let's see if we can find a decent match here. Full filter. Game modes. Nope. Game size, nope. Free slots, nope. Regions, there you go, regions. North America. And that's it. We're gonna make sure we are in North America. View games. Good. We have a few servers that are full. Let's go into this game here. Join. Okay. Let's play a random game. I don't mind what the game mode is, but we will see if it's fun. Gonna be playing this game on high settings, and let's see if that makes any difference at all. Like I do with my other games, I do not have to spend too much time on a game to find out if it's fun to play or not. I thought Borderlands was going to be a decent shooting game that I would play. I don't mind looter shooters, but there needs to be a purpose for me to play those games. Let's see how. Okay. Select squad. An
enemy behemoth has arrived.
Skip. I'll skip. Okay. Let's deploy. Okay, let's be medic and let's see how this thing goes.
We have taken objective butter.
Oh boy. The same problem is appearing again. Oh no. Even on Battlefield 1, I cannot do DirectX 12. I can't do it. I had to turn it off. I need to turn this game off again and turn it back on. The GPU utilization is not the problem. It's the game hitching, and it's really bad. So we're gonna quit the game and relaunch it one more time. Battlefield 5 had the same thing as well. It is optimized on DirectX 11. DirectX 12 you do get more FPS, but the problem is you get so much hitching that it really does get in the way when you try to play. So I'm gonna relaunch Battlefield 1 again, and we're gonna play the game on DirectX 11. It feels like a rare occasion where you find a game that you can play decent on DirectX 12. Or, if you're even more fortunate, Vulkan. Fingers crossed that performance will be decent on high settings. Okay, Okay, let's give that another try. That same server should still have people on. I hope.
An operation mirrors the journey of epic battles that took place during...
Yeah, I get it. We're just gonna go to the server browser. And when it comes to full filter, it's North America. All. Let's try. Why is there no player? Oh, come on. Slots. Why are there no... Why are there no games showing for players? Oh, come on. Okay, there we go. Okay, that's better. And this is North America, by the way. North America. Let's go to Verdun Heights. Hopefully this time the performance is gonna be better. No hitching. All right, let's try this again. Let's see if it can enjoy one match. I know you can do different settings, like respawn timers, but you don't have to be a genius to figure out if you're having fun with the game or not. All right, so okay, let's skip Let's skip. And let's spawn here. Okay, let's see what the let's see how much FPS. Let's see how the GPU is gonna do well here without any frame rate limiter. So I can easily get 160 frames per second right now. GPU is not going to 100%, so we're okay. Good. This game is okay. I'm gonna focus on the game now. Okay. Can you heal players? You don't get a replay here of who killed you? Oh.
Braucht jemand Erste Hilfe?
I need to change my key bindings. Controls. Key bindings. Let's see here. Common. Chat. Oh, it does. You can't use the mouse buttons here? Oh, that's unfortunate. That is unfortunate. Sprint is left shift.
We are losing objective butter.
Let's see here. Where is the crouch button? There it is. Where is the melee attack? Okay, we're gonna have to change this to C. Is there another button for C in this game? I don't think... Turret camera. Well, I might as well change that to something else. Yep. Okay.
We have lost objective butter. We have taken objective Charlie.
There you go. I fixed it. Finally. Looks like you don't get any kill. You don't get any replay here at all. Okay. Graphically, this game is pretty good after all these years. Well, like I said before, graphically the game looks good. It's a very easy compliment to say nowadays. But why the focus with? Why is every game company so focused on making good graphics? Did they completely forget the gunplay? Or gameplay at the very least?
We have lost objective apples.
Hold to skip. Can I change? Can I change my gun? Customize. Primary. You don't have you don't have everything unlocked.
We have lost objective Charlie.
Rate of fire.
We have taken objective apples.
Okay, we're 98. No, it's fine. Okay. So yeah, back to the gunplay itself.
Erste Hilfe, greif zu!
What?
Hier, Erste Hilfe.
You had to bring your medical tool. Okay. All right. It's a little different, but you can get used to it. Can you just shoot your way through a window? So yeah, Battlefield 1. Not sure if I will like this game. I know I said my thoughts on GTA 5 earlier, but I'm not sure if Battlefield 1 is something I can play in my spare time. Should I put my effort into this? Because I already got Rainbow Six Siege that I'm already interested in. So I don't mind arcade action type of games. I really don't. But it has to be something worth it, regardless of how I win or lose. Oh, don't you just love it when you get shot and you don't know where that came from? Oh, that's unfortunate. Okay, let's try a different map. Yeah, return to main menu. Let's try a different map. I know there are other modes in this game, but first impressions are very important because I don't have all the free time in the world to spend in a game like I used to. So we're gonna go to multiplayer. More. Oh no, that's the wrong menu. Home, multiplayer, browser, refresh. Amiens. This should be decent. I hope. Say what you want about Battlefield 1 and Battlefield 5. Even if I may not end up liking these games as much, people do appreciate that they are decent games at the very least. They may not have as many people like they used to, but look at how many people are playing this game, at least in North America, that is. There's still a good number of people still playing this game. Unfortunately, is it something that I'll enjoy? So this is a city map. This is interesting. So naturally my GPU is working a lot harder here, but again, it's not something I don't mind at all. I don't think I've ever seen this map before. I like this.
I'll fix those wounds.
This game still looks pretty good after all these years, and I'm surprised my GPU is not running that hard right now. It's too bad DirectX 12 is not an option. Too much hitching.
Artillery near our position.
Still pretty nice. Still a nice game, but is it fun? Go through this door? Nah. You can have gas mask in this game? Interesting.
We have taken objective Charlie.
Oh, of course. There is kill cams in this game, but looks like that one server deliberately
We
turned
have
it off.
lost objective Edward.
Not surprising. You can customize the servers to however you want. It's nice to see that there are different maps in this game that at least take place in an urban setting. Kind of reminds me of Call of Duty Warzone, even if I didn't like it. Wait, you cannot aim? You're telling me I cannot shoot? You You're telling me I cannot put on my mask on and shoot at the same time, really?
Over there!
We are losing objective Charlie.
Thank you for reminding us.
First aid for you. That's first aid for you.
We have lost objective Charlie.
Let's take it back! Stage first aid!
There, first aid.
Moving underneath first aid!
For you, first aid.
Yeah. You know, I thought Battlefield Remaster was going to be decent, like I was saying earlier. Unfortunately, that game did not get better as time went on. More and more updates got squandered over. Looking at this game, it definitely is a bit of an improvement
We have taken
from
objective
Battlefield
Duff.
5. At least the types of maps you get that are not custom, it can be decent, but I don't know if it's worth putting the time. I know I mentioned time a lot, but you really got to be critical of
First aid,
yourself.
get patched up.
We have lost objective Duff.
I like the battlefield in this game.
There, first aid. There's some first aid. Your wounds, I can fix them.
I like reviving people. It's always a fun thing to do.
Halfway there, the enemy has the upper hand.
Yeah, the arcade action in this game is it's very fun, but it's sort of like Planetside 2 in a way all over again. It's not something you want to do too much. And I'm already noticing a pattern with the gas already. I know you can change settings in custom servers, but that only goes so far too.
Take down first aid. Let me patch your wounds. First aid, use it.
Again, it's nice to reward
First
people.
aid for you. There's some first aid. First aid, use it.
I always like being a medic.
Are you hurt? I'll patch you up.
I still go in and run in. Yay! Oh, gas. Can't do that.
That's first aid for you.
Ribbon of recovery, whatever that means. Screw it. Just run into enemy fire. Oh. Again, I still stand by what I say. This game definitely, I feel more Battlefield fun than Battlefield Dive does. Even if it takes place in World War One instead of World War II. And that I'm already feeling a huge difference in the maps. You can also fly, I guess. But the problem is time. Is this something I can spend time on, even casually? Just have a fun time getting away from all the other games? I don't know. Oh no, there were more enemies. Yeah. But yeah, I'm gonna be honest. I'm already done playing this game. Maybe if I played this game back in 2016, I would definitely play it a whole lot more. But after all these years, I kind of outgrown it. It's really tough to find a decent game nowadays, or play something even from the past and keep my interest. And it's not the matter of, you know, having a good computer to run it. It's just that, do you feel the fun like you used to? Sadly, it's not that simple. I don't regret playing Battlefield 1 on Battlefield 5, but it's not something I can do a whole lot more anymore. I can at least play Rainbow Six Siege a lot, but I can still play Rainbow Six Siege in a good way because I'm still fresh to it. But I feel the fun in that game, especially with the teamwork, which I do like doing leadership roles whenever I get the chance. But Battlefield, definitely not the same like it used to be. I've heard that there's like Delta Force, or there's a new Delta Force game that's coming out, along with what's this other game that I have on my wish list here that I've heard about? What's it called? Arena Breakout Infinite. That's the one. I don't know if that's decent, but apparently it's only PvP. So I'm not very optimistic because you don't know how games are going to turn out nowadays. But other than Rainbow Six Siege, I'm looking forward to Ready or Not. Apparently, they say they're going to release an update or DLC on Monday, but I bet they're going to release an optimization update as well, because people have been waiting on that for months. So hopefully, Ready or Not will be decent, because there's really not many shooting games out there anymore that I like to play. An Unreal Tournament, an Unreal, those could have been fun too. Shame that those games got squandered by Epic, and they're focusing all their efforts on Fortnite, which I don't think is a wise choice. Eventually, people are gonna outgrow Fortnite. You can have an big audience in Fortnite. Don't get me wrong, you can, but it's gonna come to the point where I don't think you're gonna have fun in that game anymore. It's just not the best one out there, especially if you've seen what games are like in the past. So yeah, I mean, eventually, I'm actually doing a good job branching out. I might try Age of Empires 4. I did play this game when I was younger. I haven't had the chance to practice yet, but I'm kind of leaning more towards Age of Empires now, and maybe in the right mood, I can practice on it. And other than Elder Scrolls, I might practice on Street Fighter as well. It's going to be between Age of Empires 4 and Street Fighter. A third core game in my library that I might practice on. And maybe it'll grow on me. Who knows? But I have done a lot of progress lately just to become more honest with myself. And whenever I hear new games being released nowadays, I'm not completely optimistic because it might turn out not to be that great after all. And you don't have to make a video to prove your point. So it's almost midnight here. I'm probably gonna wrap things up here. Final Fantasy 14, Rainbow Six Siege, and possibly either Age of Empires 4 or Street Fighter 6 are probably gonna be the quote unquote main games on my library that's gonna take top priority. When it comes to single player games, if I'm in the mood for those, quote unquote, it's gonna be either System Shock, Hogwarts Legacy, and Baldur's Gate 3. I already beat Baldur's Gate 3 already, but I don't have to spend too much time on that game anymore. But it can be fun to play on that once in a while. So, yeah, I'm gonna wrap things up here, but I'm glad that I have made progress today. So, long story short, for those that are still watching this recording or stumbling upon on this part of the recording right now, Planetside 2 was fun while it lasted. I'll keep it on my Steam library for now, but I am not holding my breath. That game really has not gotten much better as time went on. I don't know when the next update is gonna be, but I don't think it's gonna change things too much. And next Defiant, I tried that. I have no hopes for that game in my opinion. It's not that great. And even if you do get kills in that game, I don't feel the fun in it. Anyway, thank you all so much, guys. I think I'm getting a little bit better to finding out what I want to do in my spare time, regardless of if we get an audience or not. I almost forgot about Sea of Thieves. Had I known to put more priority on Sea of Thieves or anything else, I would have done Sea of Thieves tonight instead. But that's something to learn. Yeah, Sea of Thieves, Age of Empire. So Sea of Thieves will still be a casual game. And I have to agree with that one guy said. It's still a casual game. It gets repetitive like Planetside, but the thrill of going out into sea will always be special in that game. And when it comes to putting in significantly more time that's not casual, it's probably going to be Age of Empires 4 and maybe Street Fighter. I still don't know those two games yet, but I'm making progress here, guys. Anyway, I gotta go here. Again, thank you all for your time. I'll see you guys tomorrow.